What is up, everybody?
Hello, hello. What's happening?
Happy, I was about to say Legacy Tuesday. That kind of just like flowed out. I don't know if that's what this is called. We're just doing a live today as we come in on Tuesdays and do our weekly live lessons for you all. Our people, how's it sound?
That's good.
This okay.
That's good.
So, with that being said, let's get into this. We have some about to come with the juice, of course. So let's bring in, hey, fam. The Dims are in the house. Who else is in the house? Because through StreamYard, you have to tell us so. Or if you haven't like let them come in, if you haven't like integrated with them, then we can't see your names. We can just see what you're saying. But hello. With that being said, so today, a little bit different from the Gates divorce situation last week, right? We're building. We're building. But we do want to go over some costly mistakes marriage coaches and married entrepreneurs make when they're launching their business.
And I'm going to use another word here, expensive
mistakes.
Expensive mistakes that marriage coaches and married entrepreneurs make when they're launching their business.
Oh, there's some YouTube videos. You probably don't know this, but I see, well, maybe you do because you're on YouTube. I see these, YouTube videos saying like how to look expensive. How to look expensive. And when it talks about how to look expensive, we're not talking about that. We're talking about these are expensive mistakes that we want to help you all avoid. For those of you who do not know, next week we will be doing a very special training for marriage coaches and married entrepreneurs. So this is going to tie right on in, and this is going to be good. So get your pens and your papers. Tell your people. You're on Facebook. Press share on IG. Hey, Darnie. I see people waving. If you're on IG, tag away, and we'll leave this live up for a little bit. It will be. It will stay though in our Facebook group. So if you're not a part of the Facebook group, you can come join us. It's Marriage Plus Entrepreneurship, the only Facebook group for married entrepreneurs. What?
That's right.
I'm excited about that.
I am too.
I'm excited to be the only one. It's nice to
be the only providers for you.
For you. Now let's get into. For those of you who don't know us, because we're not just inside of our group right now. We're not just streaming only in our group. We're also streaming on other.
Yeah, this is premiere. This is a world premiere. So
is it a world premiere? I don't know.
Worldwide.
We'll go
for
with
the record, I'm Will Buckley.
I'm Sway Buckley.
Of Marriedprenuers.com. Yep, this is where we help mission-minded married entrepreneurs, those who want to get more clarity, generate more income, and above all that, leave a lasting impact.
Yes, and married entrepreneurs come to us to sync high-level systems with laser-clear strategy to build a solid structure and live that out peaceably and profitably. Amen for that. With that being said, it doesn't matter if you're an indiepreneur, spousalpreneur, or a couplepreneur. You are in the right place. And if you don't know what those are, indiepreneurs are those married couples who are building individual business. Spousalpreneurs are those married couples where one spouse is building the business, the other spouse is
working a 9-to-5, and then the couplepreneurs is where both of you are building the same business together.
Oh, you caught my breath because I was like, whew. All right, we just finished that. So we are actually indie and couplepreneurs, running individual and same businesses together as well too. So regardless of who you are, we'd like to know who you are though too. Let us know in the comments. Indiepreneurs.
Indies put up, drop an I. Couples drop a C. Spouses, throw the S up in there.
The S up in there. Let us know in the comments. Now let's get into this. For today, we're going over, as we mentioned earlier, 5 expensive mistakes marriage coaches and married entrepreneurs make when launching a business. I say launching because you could have already launched, but if you're feeling like you're not having the momentum that you really want right now, it may be time to do like a relaunch, maybe time to change some things, tighten up or something of that nature.
Remix.
Yeah, remix it up. So if that's you, you're definitely in the right place today. Okay, now let's go over this. We're going to be sharing with you these mistakes, these costly, expensive mistakes, because we don't want you to make them. Okay, we have husband and I both have businesses. Okay, so we have indiepreneurs in the house over here on IG. Welcome. You all have, it sounds like different businesses. So this is definitely going to apply as well too. And this also helps, like I said, even if you've already launched, but you're like looking to grow, you're looking to not make these mistakes, because you could have absolutely already launched and realized once we go through these 5 mistakes that, wait a minute, are we doing that right now? Let's stop that, right? Because you can't change something.
Stop that.
Don't hurt yourself. You can't change something until you know, like until you're aware, right? Self-awareness is the first step to any level of change. And so what's the saying? You can't confront what you're not aware of. Yeah. Something of that nature.
You can't correct what you won't confront.
There you go. Yeah. That all of that word right there. So let's start off with number 5, or you want to start off with number 1 and then take it down? Or we'll go up,
Yeah.
1. Okay, so here's number 1. So you all can type this out, write this out. Definitely, put the highlights in the comments, so those who are coming in late, they can catch it. Catch it while you can. Catch it while you can. Okay, here's number 1. You can definitely be doing this even if you've already launched, but especially if you haven't launched yet and you don't want to make this mistake because you don't want this to cost you money. It will. And it happens on the inside, but I'm going to tell you what it is right now. It is an overemphasis of 2 main things: an overemphasis of technical needs and an overemphasis of branding needs in order to be profitable in your launch.
And let me tell you what that might look like, just as an example. Can't launch until I get a website. Can't launch until I have this. Can't launch until I have that.
Let me give some more examples too. Can't launch because these are conversations that the words that I've actually heard that I want to share. So you all may be using these same words in your mind too, not just a website, because you don't need that to launch, but also to launch profitably. I mean, as in with paying clients. But also, I've been hearing a lot about, we don't have the right platform yet. We don't know what software we're going to use yet. We don't know what gadgets whatever, etc. things that we're going to need on the technical side. Truth be told, you want to keep it super duper simple. Likewise with branding. Sometimes you hear people say, okay, well, we need to get our logo together. We need to get our colors together. Your clients don't care as long as you can bring results. So while you're busy trying to get everything perfect, you are missing out on the opportunity to serve, an opportunity to have more impact, opportunity to increase your income, opportunity to build legacies, others as well as yours. Like all of these things you're missing out on or you're waiting on. And the truth of the matter is your people are waiting for you right now. Like right now. They're waiting for you right now. They are waiting for you at this very moment. They're waiting for you. But if you are distracted by all the things that you think you need in order to do the thing that you're called to do, then you need to get back in alignment. So this is why we're doing this live. So you want to keep it simple in the tech. Super simple. Super simple. You can always build up and grow up from there. You also want to keep it super simple on the branding piece, because that will come as you get more clear on who you are, on what your sound and what your voice is like. That becomes clearer. So you start with where you are and with what you have. It's definitely simple to keep it simple. That's the goal. Y'all can put that, if nothing else, put that in there. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. The tech, the branding, all of that, keep it simple. If you're needing help with understanding how to keep it simple, and needing strategies on how to keep it simple and profitable at the same time, this is why we are committed. We are committed to serving marriage coaches and married entrepreneurs as we help them in the Love and Launch Challenge. All next week, we're doing that. I didn't mention this earlier, but I'm going to be mentioning this throughout the rest of this live too. You can go and get your free seats, touch your neighbor and say free, over at loveandlaunchsecrets.com. Love and Launch Secrets. If y'all can put Love and Launch Secrets, that'll be good so people can know too. His link is in the bio. Okay, so that's the first thing as well. The second thing, instead of doing an overemphasis on the technical and the branding side, you want to make sure you take that extra emphasis and put it over on the messaging side. That's number 2. So there's oftentimes it's not enough emphasis on the messaging.
Yep. And when you don't put enough emphasis on the messaging, then you're not niching down, and people are not knowing that you're talking to them. They don't realize that, oh, you're the person that I can go to for my solution. And when we don't niche down and when we don't put enough emphasis on the messaging, generally that's because we're trying to talk to everybody. And when we don't niche down, that is hurting us. That is a very, very costly and expensive mistake, especially for marriage coaches and married entrepreneurs.
And case in point, example. So when we're talking about our free Love and Launch Challenge next week, we're very specific on who we're talking to. We're not talking to everybody who is a married entrepreneur. We're not talking to everybody who's a marriage coach, but we're specifically talking and targeting to serve those who don't have their systems and their automation. They don't have their marketing down. So we want to serve them in that way so they can serve more families. They can impact more lives. They can make more money. They can get more clients, right? So for this particular challenge, we're like, this is for marriage coaches and married entrepreneurs who want to build or create a profitable launch system in 5 days or less. We're very clear about that. But if you're a marriage coach and a married entrepreneur who already has your launch system and you're already profitable in that way, maybe that's not what you need, then this is not for you, right? And so it's okay. It's okay to say, oh, this is specifically for this type of person. And sometimes I think that's a big piece that we often, try to help everybody. But the truth of the matter is that's not everybody everybody is not your client.
That's right.
That's it.
That's it. Which takes us to number 3. Mm-hmm. Number 3, very expensive, costly mistake that marriage coaches and marriage entrepreneurs make is assuming that industry experience automatically translates to clients. And that's not true. And it's like being so enthralled in our craft, in our technique, in our technical aspects of what it is that we do, the craft of what we do, the expertise that we do, and even how we have gotten results for so many other people within our industry. And then we're launching our business together and we say, because we're really good at what we do, there's this assumption that that's automatically going to translate into clients. And industry experience does not automatically translate into clients. And sometimes, many times, marriage coaches and marriage entrepreneurs will spin their wheels thinking that it will, and it never will.
So the antidote to that is having systems in place.
That's right.
Having very clear strategic systems. And it doesn't have to be like a fancy funnel. Funnel is great if you're at that place. But you do want to have a strategic flow, right? And if you don't have a strategic flow and you need a strategic flow, you know where to go. Oh, what? Are those bars? Give it to me. Give it to me. You know where to go. LoveandLaunchSecrets.com. It's the Love and Launch Challenge for marriage coaches and married entrepreneurs who need to create a profitable launch strategy in 5 days or less. That's happening next week. LoveandLaunchSecrets.com. But seriously, with all that being said, is that we want to make sure that you all have not just, you already have the experience in your industry, but being able to translate that experience in your industry into actually impacting more families, impacting more lives, increasing in your income with your client flow. Like all of that is a big thing altogether. And we've met and worked with so many couples who are like, oh, we've been, marriage coaches for 20 years, right? We've been doing this forever. And they have so much wisdom, right? Or you may not even be a marriage coach, but a marriage entrepreneur, but you're still bringing results.
And they do legit. But
bring what? Change.
I'm saying they do have so much wisdom with what it is that they do.
But when it comes to the marketing piece, you're at a loss, right? And that's a travesty because we're like, we want to make sure that you have at least the basics to launch to get going in a profitable way so you can keep going in a profitable way. We want to change that now. So that's what the Love and Launch Challenge is all about. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is what number 4. Wait. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is.
Number 4, very, very, very expensive, costly mistake that marriage coaches and marriage entrepreneurs make. And that is this: wanting your spouse to be good at the same thing you're good at. What? And thinking, I'm going to go one step further. Because you're good at it, well, then your spouse should be good at it.
Right.
And what that does is that keeps them from finding their sweet spot.
And their wealth row.
And by that, we mean you two really functioning in a complementary way that says, hey, you add your piece with my piece, we put these together, kaboom. And so when we don't have that kaboom takeoff, it's because I'm trying to make you me, or you're trying to make me you.
No mas.
No bueno.
No bueno, no mas. No room for that. Right? So being able to understand where each other is in their wealth roles. Celebrate that. That right there is a big piece for marriage coaches, married entrepreneurs who are working together to build a profitable business, build a profitable legacy. That is critical, right? So making sure that you're not expecting your spouse or assuming that your spouse is good at the same thing that you're good at, but celebrating what they are good at and pushing them along in that way. So y'all are focused in on the things, honed in on the things that you're really, really good at. You're able to outsource the other things. You're not trying to do all the things.
That's right. Everybody's playing their own role. Everybody's in their own pocket.
There you go.
When I zig, you zag.
What? Yeah.
Kaboom.
Kaboom. Okay, so that was number 4. Number 5, this is the last one, guys, that we're going over today, is assuming. This is one of the biggest mistakes. Oh, wait, I didn't say this too. Let me go back to number 4. If you and your spouse are realizing, okay, we need a strategy to make sure that we are celebrating each other's wealth roles and not trying to assume that we are each other ourselves, and you need clarity on that, that's what you got it, Love and Launch Challenge is all about for marriage coaches and married entrepreneurs who are seeking to build a profitable launch in 5 days or less. I wanted to make sure I say that for each of these. It's a powerful experience. Totally free, loveandlaunchsecrets.com. Number 5, assuming that it will always be 50-50. Assuming that it's always going to be 50-50.
And right now I'm thinking about a song.
I know you. I could feel like
about
the vibe.
Teddy Pendergrass.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were
Not a 60-40. Not a 70-30.
Nope.
Talking about a 50-50 love. No. But
No.
it's not always going to be 50-50.
And guess what? And some of y'all are like, well, I know it's not 50-50. It's supposed to be 100-100. But listen, what if my capacity and my 100 looks different from his capacity and his 100?
And guess what? That's going to be subject to the seasons of your all's lives.
That's just how it's going to be.
Just saying.
So whether you're saying 50-50 or 100-100, we're talking about the same thing. Okay, the principle is the same. So if you just catch this principle and understand, and it's okay, there are going to be some seasons. Oh, you got it?
Oh, you did that one quick.
Oh.
You threw that one quick.
I was like, what is he doing?
I know they're looking at us like,
if you,
y'all are feeling good today.
Right,
and we are.
We are. If you catch that principle, though, that it will not always be 50-50, 100-100, or feel like it anyway, right? Because there are other things that are going to be pulling at you that may be as equally as important at that time. So it's going to be a matter of having those right conversations and making sure that you're clear on the season that you're in right now, so you know how to navigate.
And honest about the season.
Honest about, transparent about it, and knowing what each other needs for that. We'll definitely be talking more about that too over in the Love and Launch Challenge for marriage coaches and married entrepreneurs next week. Now, we do have a bonus for you all that we want to give you before we get out of here.
Yes.
Okay. So here's a bonus. Here is one of the biggest mistakes.
Most expensive
mistakes marriage coaches and marriedpreneurs make
when launching a business
that's costing them money instead of making the money. Okay. Here it is, guys. You are not, this is if you're not treating your business like a business. You are treating your business like a hobby. And when you treat your business like a hobby, you don't get business results. You get hobby results. And so the difference between treating your business like a business versus like a hobby is your business is absolutely going to have business systems that support, that track, and that tell you where you need to grow and where you need to improve. Like, these are metrics that are in place that you'll put in place. There's tracking that will be put in place. And you all are having systems and conversations about building your business together. And it's not just on the whim. Oh, whenever I can get, we got a minute right now. We're in the car. Let me tell them about the business real quick. Oh, we got a minute. I'm cooking dinner. Let me tell them about it. That's not treating your business like a business or the corporation that it is, and the impact that you all are called to have. It's going to require more. It requires more, and it doesn't have to be extravagant.
No, it doesn't, and that's the whole thing. It doesn't have to be elaborate. It doesn't have to be extravagant. But what it does need to be, it needs to be persistent. It needs to be consistent. It would be better to build persistently,
Yeah.
incrementally
Mm.
over time
Yeah.
than it would be to say, haphazardly, oh, well, maybe we can fit it in here. Oh, well, maybe we can fit it in there. Because that whole oh, well approach is going to show up through years of frustration.
Every day.
Years of time will go by, and you'll be like, we've been talking about this idea for so long, and it never materializes. And the reason, generally speaking, in part, is because we're treating it like a hobby as opposed to a business. And a legit business demands that we show up persistently, consistently.
And there's systems in place.
And there's systems
in place that support you in that. So you don't have to figure it out on your own.
You don't have to be overwhelmed by it.
Yeah, you don't have to be overwhelmed, right? If you're overwhelmed and if you're not really clear on what it is that you need to do today, like right now in your business, then that's where those systems come in. And especially as you all are building, if you're building together, or even if you have individual businesses, those systems are likewise still important as well, because then you're able to help each other, hold each other accountable, but you're still building together because you're building legacy together.
That's right.
Right? And so if you all don't have these systems, if you're like, well, I don't even know where to start, or we started putting systems in place, but that's how that went, right? It kind of just flew out the window. We want to invite you once again to the free Love and Launch Challenge happening next week for marriage coaches and married entrepreneurs. We are committed to helping you all create your profitable launch system in 5 days or less. And it's absolutely free. Can you touch your neighbor and say free?
Free.
Free. Absolutely free. So we are giving this to you.
I was resisting the urge to rap just then. Go ahead.
Are you rapping though?
No, I was just
no.
You're
not gonna rap? You're not gonna take
no,
the floor?
No.
I felt that vibe though. I felt him wanting to just like jump in there like
E F F C C. Yeah, come on.
Here we are. Okay, with that being said, we're gonna leave y'all because I don't know, this conversation may take a quick left turn and we're live and I don't even know what that's gonna look like. So with that being said, we hope this has been helpful for you all today as we have been sharing the 5 expensive mistakes marriage coaches and married entrepreneurs make
when launching a business.
Just a real quick recap for you all. Number 1, the overemphasizing of technical needs and branding needs. That's holding a lot of people back from just going and serving your people. Number 2 is not having enough emphasis
on messaging
and niching down and just really going to serve your people to get them results, focusing in on that versus everything else.
That's right. Number 3, assuming that industry experience will automatically translate into clients.
Because it doesn't. You want to have systems in place.
That's right.
For that. And then number 4, this is another big expensive mistake, is expecting your spouse to be good at the same thing that you're good at and then overlooking their specific wealth roles that they have and you focusing on your wealth roles.
That's right.
And then number 5
is assuming that it will always be 50-50 as you two build.
Or 100-100.
Or 100-100.
And being clear on where you are and what season and what that requires from each of you, even if it's a bit unbalanced. And that's often how it is, just to be all the way frank with it. Don't be discouraged about that. There is a way to work through that and still be at peace with each other and yourself. Also, the bonus that we gave is the biggest expensive mistake is treating your business like a hobby versus like a business. That is the bonus, making sure you're not doing that or any of these other 5 mistakes that we share with you. So even if you've already launched and you've been doing business, but you're like maybe you're in a cycle or a standstill and you're trying to figure out, okay, what's next and how do we do this together? Or maybe one spouse is coming on, or maybe you're building it together for the first time, or maybe you're just going further and you want to grow in it. Use these as a litmus. Use this as a litmus to see where you are. Are you doing any of these? And if you are, stop. And if you're a marriage coach or married entrepreneur, then come join us next week for the free Love and Launch Challenge. We will be going and talking through each and every one of these and so much more. We guarantee that you will walk away with a profitable launch strategy in 5 days or less. It's customized for you and for where you all are and where you desire to go. So we hope that this live has been amazing for you. You hope you have had some fun with us. We've had fun being here, in case you can't tell.
In case you can't tell. That's right. So,
with that being said,
here's to living purposefully
powerfully
and profitably.
in sync. Peace out, y'all. Have a good
Kaboom.
one. Kaboom, kaboom. Kaboom.